Hey guys, Ellie here. Happy Halloween for everybody in the States. I don't think it's a worldwide thing. Maybe it is. Mexico, I don't know. Anyway, happy Halloween. And I wanted to come on tonight and bring up states of being. This is talked about a lot when we're talking about creating another reality. So to start, know that every version of you exists. Every version that you can picture, every reality that you can imagine already exists. So you have a state of being that you are currently identified with. And that state of being feels very natural to you, feels very familiar to you. It has the thoughts that you're used to thinking, the ideas, the conversations, the people and the ways that you interact. And then let's say you have a desired reality that you want to bring forth, and you will be 99%, I'm assuming you will be a new person in that desired reality. You're not going to be this same version of yourself, because if you're this version, the old version, you're going to be creating more of the old version. So you want to choose to inhabit a new state of being, the state of being that is the person living in your desired reality. Now, it's really, really a great idea to get clear on first kind of what you would like to create and what you'd like to experience. At least have maybe a general overview of what those things would look like. And then picture how you would be if you were living in that desired reality. What state? Who are you being in that reality? What state are you residing in? Let's say your current reality, you would like more money. Maybe you would like a specific person in your life. Maybe you would like to have a job that allows you to have more freedom. So you have thoughts and ideas and a whole identity around that current reality of yourself. But you want to step into this new version. You're choosing to be this new version because all versions of you exist. When you choose to be this new version, what you want to get clear on is, how would this new version of you act? How would this new version of you think? Who would they be? What state of being would you be inhabiting? What are the thoughts you would be thinking? How would you interact with people? What would you do day to day? And how would you think about things? And what would your beliefs be? You really want to have an idea of who this new version of you would be in this desired reality, because once you have that idea, then you can start identifying with that version of yourself. So you want to get clear on that, so you know the state of being that you need to start inhabiting to create that desired reality, to bring that desired reality forth into your 3D. So just remember, the only reason your current reality, your current identity seems easier is it's something that you're used to. It's something that you're familiar with. It's familiar thoughts, familiar beliefs, familiar people, familiar interactions. It's all these thoughts that seem familiar. But really, all you're doing is you're just choosing to be someone different when you're inhabiting a new state of being. Those thoughts, all those things associated with your current identity, they're not you. They're just something you're used to being. They're just a role you're used to playing to this point. So when things feel really familiar day to day, and you're having a lot of the same thoughts and ideas and interactions, notice, observe, and notice, are you not staying in that current state of being? If you're having a lot of the similar things happen and similar thoughts and beliefs and everything coming up, more than likely you are still in that old state of being. So when you start to shift and you really start to, change the person that you're being and identifying with that desired reality version of yourself, you're going to notice that you start to have different thoughts. Different things start to come into your reality. Unknown things start to come in. You might meet some different people. Interactions change. New opportunities come up. But you're going to notice new and I would say very exciting things coming in, because you're changing and you're identifying with the version of you're changing who you're identifying with. You're identifying with the new version of yourself, the version that's living in that desired reality you want to experience. So I think the most important thing we can do, number one, get clear on what you would like to experience, the reality that you would like to be experiencing in your 3D living. Get clear on the person that you would be in that reality and how they would act, and make notes on that, of how that person would be and act in their everyday life, what they would think, what they would believe, how they would interact with others. So those two things, get clear on those, and then observe, be an observer as you're going through your day. Don't just get back into the old familiar and not realize you're in it. When you're thinking thoughts, when you're interacting with people, when things are coming up and beliefs are coming up, see what those are, because it will tell you who you are identifying with. If they're familiar, if they're identified with lack, if they're things that you're trying to move away from, especially if they're familiar, know that you're probably identifying with the old state of being. But if you're identifying in a way that's new and kind of unfamiliar, and you're having new ideas and new thoughts come up and new experiences, then more than likely you're identified with this new state of being that you want to bring forth out of yourself. And the key is, guys, is just be very aware, observe, don't get lost in the things that happen and the thoughts that come through our head and our thinking and our interactions and triggers, whatever. Don't get lost in that stuff. You can always just try to be present in each moment. And if you feel yourself getting all caught up in something, take a step back, realize who are you being, who are you identifying as, and then consciously choose who you want to identify as. You can choose, hey, I don't want to keep identifying with this old version of myself. I'm going to continue to choose the new thoughts, the new beliefs, the new ways of doing things. I'm going to choose to identify with this new version of my state of being. That's who I choose to identify with now. And it's going to take some time. You're going to, want to be really conscious and aware and observant of how you're acting and who you're being in every moment. But as you choose more and more to identify with that new state of being, the more that's going to become natural. And then the more you're going to start to see the results in terms of things changing in your 3D. Because once you change, things automatically have to change within your 3D, because it's just a reflection of who you're being within. So I think that's it. I feel like that wraps it up, guys. But I hope you have a wonderful night and a great night out if you went out for Halloween. And I will touch base with everybody tomorrow. Bye, guys.